I'm Joyce.
And I'm Adrielle.
And we are Divinely Guided. We hope you're having a great week, a great weekend, that you've been deliberately practicing self-care, giving yourself a little bit of quality time, and doing some of the things that we've talked about. Maybe a little yoga, a little meditation, some positive affirmations, some, what's the one, feeding our spirits? Yeah. Doing some physical activity. Whatever it is, we hope you're taking some time to take care of yourself because you deserve it. And tonight we are going to talk about one of Adri's favorite things. What's that, Adri?
Hobbies and
Hobbies.
the importance of having them.
Yeah, so Adria, why don't you lead us off?
Okay, so I did a little research, and the importance of having hobbies, there's several. First of all, they improve your overall well-being because they actually did a study in New Zealand, and it was saying that participating in activities that bring out your creative side cause increased sense of well-being, which ends up being good for you in the long term. And then obviously, since your mind is so focused on something that you enjoy doing, it reduces stress. So researchers found that adults who take time out to practice art, they found the time they spend to be very relaxing and enjoyable and very helpful for their overall well-being. It also promotes mental health, which you could probably guess based on the other things I've mentioned. And it improves relationships. It helps you create new ones because when you do hobbies, if you go out and you do hobbies, you meet other like-minded people who also enjoy those hobbies. I've made friends at yoga studios and that kind of thing just because we have a shared bond over something we enjoy.
Yeah, I thought about you when I was looking up with those benefits, and it talked about the, interactions.
Yeah.
And it made me think about you and even the lady when you all were skating.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's pretty much what I found. Did you have anything that you specifically found?
Those are all things that I had looked at as well. But go ahead. Don't let me interrupt you. You were just getting on a roll.
Well, that was all I was going to list for the benefits of having hobbies. I was going to now ask if you had any hobbies.
Yes. What would you say some of my hobbies are? What first thing comes to your mind?
Watching sports.
Is that a hobby?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You watch sports.
I love sports. I don't just watch sports. I study sports.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing. I go through the whole process.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love sports.
Would you consider family time a hobby? Or
I'm not sure. Would you?
I don't know.
But family time is critical for me.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Makeup.
Makeup is a hobby that I just love playing in makeup. Yeah. Yes.
What else?
Those are some good ones. So you said sports.
Yeah.
Family time. Makeup.
Yes.
Those are hobbies. Jewelry making.
Oh yeah, how did I forget jewelry making?
I don't know how you forget jewelry making. You haven't looked at my nest lately, have you?
No.
Between all the pieces that I've purchased and the pieces that I've made, and the parts, the beads, the notions. My makeup corner, not makeup corner. My makeup corner is a nest too. Yeah. But my jewelry, you should just say my jewelry corner is absolutely a mess. I've really got to find a way to get it together. But I love making the jewelry.
Yeah.
I love, and although I haven't done it in a while, like we talked about, I love refinishing furniture.
Yeah.
I want to go to Angels. I haven't. I'm trying to figure. The last thing I did was that table that we were going to use for the big fish tank.
Yeah, that's a long time ago.
That was what?
Several years ago.
A year ago?
It's more than a year.
2 years ago, maybe? Yeah, since we got that large tank.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love refinishing furniture. Of course, no self-respecting English teacher could say she didn't love reading as a hobby.
Yeah.
Reading. And even a little bit of writing. I need to do more writing. I have books in various stages that I actually need to finish.
Me too.
So yeah, I love a good hobby. I like to, for me, journaling is kind of in the hobby category too.
Yeah.
Because of the different ways I like to do it. And then occasionally, not nearly as much as I used to, I like to do a little sketching or a little drawing.
Have I ever seen you just sketch just for fun?
You haven't? I
don't.
used to do it more often.
You used to do little art pieces for my room back when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember you did me a rose, I think, out of chalk.
Yeah, I did your rose out of chalk. See, that was when I sketched.
Yeah.
And then I filled it in with the chalk.
And you say you're not artistic.
And there was something else I drew that was in your room on your wall. It was that rose and something else. I can't remember.
I don't know, but you made me a bunch of collages. You designed the frames they were in.
Mm-hmm.
They were in these like pink velvet frame.
Oh yeah, I did. I
Yeah.
did. Mm-hmm. I love that kind of thing. I love every now and again just tapping into my artistic
And then
side.
you painted all the furniture, and they had designs on the furniture.
I did paint the furniture.
I remember one of my bedside table had like a pink square, and then it had a white square, and then it had a different pink square, like it was a design on the top of the bedside table.
Mm-hmm.
Which was also doubled as a little bookshelf.
It did double as a bookshelf. We gotta have room for all the books.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I do love that kind of thing.
You do.
Sometimes I just want to tap into my creative side because I'm such a linear person otherwise.
Yeah.
I see things in shades of black and white.
I don't.
It's very linear. I studied engineering for years and math, even though I have a degree in English. And so my mind, I'm very heavy on that, that very straightforward,
Yeah, you are.
logistical side. That part of me is very strong. So I have to kind of deliberately nurture the other side. And so to get away from that very linear, logistic
Black and white.
side of black and white side of me, I like to sometimes tap into the creative side. So I have a lot of hobbies.
Yeah.
But anyway, yes.
I also have a few hobbies.
Yes, you do.
I made a list of them. And it's interesting how many things we have in common.
Mm-hmm.
So I said for mine, I like to obviously read.
Mm-hmm.
I read all the time.
Absolutely, you do.
I have a lot of books.
Mm-hmm.
Journaling.
That we very much have in common.
Yes.
That reading in those books.
Journaling is the
Yes.
next one. 'Cause we both do a lot of journaling.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
we do.
this one is one that I've recently tapped into that I've always been interested in, but in the last few months I've done it finally, is gardening.
Mm-hmm.
That has been so much fun for me. Like growing my own vegetables and my own lettuce and stuff like that. That's been very exciting. And very satisfying and
It
rewarding.
is satisfying.
It's very rewarding. And then painting and drawing.
Mm-hmm.
I've been painting a lot lately.
You have.
A lot. I really do enjoy it. And art is something that I've always enjoyed since I was very small.
Right. I remember when you were like in the little daycare at Auburn University, and you would draw something every day, and the parents, we would all come in. Of course, y'all finished at like 3:30, so the other parents on campus would be coming in to pick up their child, and the first thing they all got into a habit of saying, "What did Adrielle draw today?" Do you have any memory of that?
Not really.
Really? But they used to, what did she draw today? And then in elementary school, they would put you in that special art
They
program.
put me in that art program every year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I really do like art. And the next I said makeup for me too, even though I haven't been wearing makeup lately.
You
But
haven't.
I do enjoy it. It's art for your face.
It is art for your face. That's
Yeah.
how I consider it.
It's
Yeah.
the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
This one is a little bit different. I like learning about a specific topic. I like becoming educated on a specific topic.
Mm-hmm. That's
hobby
a
to
wonderful
me.
thing.
I love doing that.
That's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. Like right now, I said this a few weeks ago, but right now I've been learning a lot about fitness. I'm also really getting into learning about space. So I'll just have these random fascinations and I just like dive as deep as possible that I can get into it and just learn a lot.
That's a good thing, though.
Yeah, I do
Expanding
enjoy it.
your mind.
Yeah, we talked about that.
We did.
The next one I said plant care. So like house plant. I said gardening, but house plants. I'm a big house plant hobbyist.
You have so many. How many plants do you have in your
I don't
room?
know.
I mean, you have like a little garden. I went in there one day and I was like,
It's a
this
jungle.
girl has a garden. There are plants all over that room.
I could try to count them. There's 2 peace lilies, Fred and George, because my plants have names.
Fred
A
and
lot of
George.
them.
I
Fred
did
and
not
George.
know they had names.
Not all of them. I have my Monstera deliciosa. That's Cleopatra. I have a big palm. His name is Tobias.
Mm-hmm.
I've got ivy type thing. It's pothos. It's called that's Charlie with an I. And then I propagated Charlie, so she has a baby. So that's 6. And then Charlie has a cousin that's a neon pothos or pothos.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 7. And I got my spider plant. That was a propagation.
Then it eats the flies.
Oh, the Venus flytrap that I got recently. I have a Christmas caladium. It's a white plant. It's very beautiful with like green veinage in it.
Oh yes, I
Very
remember
sunny.
that one.
I have a new philodendron, actually. I don't know how long it's going to live, but I still have it for now. That's 11, I think. And then I've got my Monstera Adsonii. Her name is Heidi.
Do you still have the plants with all the purple
Oh, God.
striations?
Yeah. That's my Triscanthia zebrina. It don't have a name, but I cut it back every year because it is so invasive. So right now it's small because I cut it back recently because it had gotten
large.
monstrous. And I was like, I have to cut
and
this
it
back.
was that's the one that Chet just pulled some pieces out of one of hers.
Yeah.
And
Those are so invasive. You gotta be careful. They'll grow wild. So I think, is that 12? And I'm forgetting some. I also propagated Heidi, so there's another plant coming off of Heidi
Okay.
at this point. I have my cactus. He doesn't have a name. He should though. Oh, and then Marvin, my or alocasia, Marvin.
I know you have a lot because
So,
you have
that's most of
some.
them.
Because like the whole bay window in your room is there are flowers all over that whole area.
Yeah.
And then it's coming into the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
That's most of them. I think that I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but that's most of them.
But you know your granny,
Yeah.
my mom, and your grandma, your daddy's mom.
Yeah.
Both of them were flower ladies. So you got it on both sides.
Big into that, and that doesn't even include the garden. And then home decor. I love decorating. You can probably tell.
Right. Your room is your very own oasis.
Yes, I love it.
It speaks to your personality.
Yeah. And that's one thing that we could probably talk about is like creating safe spaces for yourself as far as mental health.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
my room is that
Yeah.
for me. So I've
Yeah.
worked very hard to create that.
That is really very important.
Yeah.
We need to remember that, creating safe space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the next one, I have a lot of hobbies.
That's good.
The next one is working out. I consider that a hobby. So you could include yoga in that, except yoga to me is so spiritual that I actually don't like to consider it a hobby. You can, but that feels more a little deeper than just hobby to me. But you can consider it a hobby. But working out, I love doing cardio and lifting weights and Pilates and all that kind of stuff.
Hair in my face. It's a string of hair in my face. I'm sorry. I just can't get it.
Yeah, working out is fun. And then the last one I put on here, and I'm probably forgetting some, is skating. That I've been doing a lot lately. Skating has been so much fun. Like roller skating, it has been so much fun.
I used to love
I know.
roller skating. I mean, just love it. And we would just get out in the road with some of those the skate wheels that are real smooth out on the pavement.
Yeah.
And we had a whole crew. We would skate.
Yeah, the pavement in this neighborhood is new back there, and it's like rink skating. It's so smooth, and they're heels, so you can. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the new part of the neighborhood
Yeah.
has some great skating areas.
Yeah.
I thought about it when I was riding through there one day. I was like, this would be a great place to skate.
Yeah.
But at my age, I better not get out there and
Please
skate.
don't.
Somebody had to come and see about me. Be some sad singing and slow walking. Although don't sing sad and walk slow when I die. Just have a straight out party. But yes, hobbies are great.
They are. They're very important in establishing an identity, I think, outside of what you do for a living, like outside of your work. Especially if your work isn't necessarily what you would ideally want to do. It helps you identify, like, who are you outside of that?
Right.
You come because there's more to life than what you do for a living.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That is so true. Because I guess what I was thinking goes hand in hand with what you were saying right there. It really, we talked about expanding your mind, but hobbies really help to expand your mind. Helped you, like you said, focus on more than just the work part of you, but it taps into the deeper recesses of who you are.
Yeah.
And helps to, because sometimes we can get misshapen because we focus in one area of our life too much, and so it helps to round you out when you can tap into some of the other areas
Definitely.
within you. And you also, one of the things I read, and I thought when I read it, it really connected with me. They said having hobbies helps to improve your self-confidence. And that is so true, because when you take that hobby, like when I create a piece of jewelry that is really exquisite and everybody says, oh, wow, those are so pretty. And there have been a few pieces that I've created that people are like, oh, wow, that's gorgeous. You know, it really just, it boosts your confidence because it's like, man, I can do this. I can create something. And when, like, you were talking about me painting the stuff in your room or sketching out that rose, I didn't even know that I could sketch the rose. I thought, well, I'll just do it. So I got the sketch pad and I pulled out that pencil. I just started sketching. And then I found that the chalk, the colored chalk, and I just start filling it in and putting the different shades of pink and red in the rose. And it just worked. And I was like, oh, man, I can do that. You know, it just... It does.
I had asked for a rose, which is why.
Oh, okay. Is that why I did? I didn't remember the why, but I decided I'd give it a try.
Yeah.
And it turned out well.
It was very pretty.
And so it does boost your confidence. Yeah. And even some of the pieces that I've done, I look now at the buffet. I finished the furniture we have here in the dining room.
I don't think I knew that.
The dining table and those chairs, you know, the the tables in the living room, all of those we bought as just plain wood, and so I finished them. But the buffet over there was one that we got in an antique shop, and I sanded it down and refinished it. And so when I see that finished product, it really does give you a sense of accomplishment and confidence. Like, yeah, I can do this. I can do things I didn't think I could do.
Yeah.
So it does help boost confidence.
And then even if you're not good at it right away, watching yourself slowly get better.
True.
That builds your confidence too.
Yes. And when you say slowly get better, that takes me back again to creating jewelry.
Playing the flute is a hobby for me.
Oh, wow.
I haven't done it in a while. But speaking of getting slowly better at something.
Yeah. And you got masterful at that flute. That is almost too much. You're almost too much of a master on that flute to you to call that a hobby. For you to call that a hobby. I mean, that's something you were getting paid to do, is play the flute for people. So, but you get called by churches in Birmingham and everything. You know, it wasn't even local. So, and you could do that again if you were thus inclined.
Yeah.
But when it came to making improvement, I go back again to the jewelry making. And when I first started doing it, it was just very basic, the pieces that I made. And I go back and look at some of those original pieces, and not only were they basic, they were unattractive. But the things that I make now they're nicer. They're much nicer. And then they're much better quality. And they're much better quality than, I like to purchase jewelry from people, but the things that I can make with my hand are even of a higher quality because of the material I use. They are.
It's very pretty.
Yeah.
You get so creative with those jewelry pieces, especially like the necklaces. Like, there's big and elaborate, and lots of different stuff going on with them.
Yeah, and see, I like the big and elaborate because, you know, we've talked about before, I have a big and elaborate personality when I choose to turn it on.
Yeah. Me too, honestly.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. But I do love that. So I think that's a very good part of self-care. Anything that can make you feel positive, that can give you time to just be you, that can give you time and opportunity to expand who you are and tap into. There is so much to who we are. We are majestic creatures. We really are. And we don't often appreciate the fullness of who we are.
Absolutely.
So hobbies are a great way to help you appreciate the fullness of who we are. So, did you want to say anything else about hobbies? We've yacked on about them a little bit.
Just one quick thing. I think if you're trying to find more hobbies, just really take time to explore. Just try different things. Go out and try something that maybe you didn't think you'd even ever try, or that you'd even like. And eventually you'll find some stuff that you find you do enjoy.
Right. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. Yeah, just give it a try. You find things that you do like, and then you'll find things that you're really good at and you had no idea.
Naturally good at, yeah.
Yeah. No, I had no idea I could do that. Yeah. And then the great part is with a hobby, nobody's grading you.
Yeah, that's the best part.
There's no failure in it. You just do it, and if you don't like it, like when I do a piece of jewelry, if I don't like it, I'll take it back apart and put the beads aside and come back and put them in something else. Yeah, or I'll take it and make it something else. Same way if I purchase something I don't like, and then I can take it and adapt it and turn it into something I like.
Yeah.
So, yes. But anyway, so that is our word for today. Get you a good hobby. Practice different things. Try some new things. See if it doesn't help boost your confidence and help you to improve your mental health and meet new people. Open up those opportunities. Anything that's going to help you become a better version of yourself. Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time today. Take some time to take care of yourself. Focus in on your personal health because you deserve it. Yes?
Yes.
Good night.
Good night.